is open for you. Yes.
Okay. Mahesh sir, you want to say something before I start?
Uh, just I welcome everyone to this session. Tally Prime is basically a new generation session, a new generation software. Tally ERP9 was all the product so far. So I would just request Shanmuka sir to continue with this. Yes, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I'll share my screen first.
Yes.
Okay, the screen is visible.
Yes, sir. It is visible.
I'm also audible, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, good evening, all delegates once again. First of all, I would like to thank the Vizag branch of ICI for giving us an opportunity to showcase the product which has come recently and to talk about what is there in Tally Prime. In today's session, I am going to cover two things. One is what is there in Tally Prime and how it is going to benefit all type of users, maybe the auditors and your article clerks and your assistants, and also for your clients. And the second part of the session, I'm going to quickly cover the e-invoicing part also. Though, as you all know, the e-invoicing is going to be implemented for the businesses whose turnover is 100 crore from this Jan. So I'll quickly cover a bit of domain and also the product Tally Prime, how it is going to address. I'm also covering that. Okay, with this, let me start the session. Welcome once again to all the participants, and my request to all of you at the session, in between the session, if you have any questions in your mind, please keep posting those things in the chat box. We will cover those questions also at the end. So the change is the only constant. So as you know, the lot of changes we have seen in Tally, many versions, many releases we have seen, and all these things are truly based on the feedback which is taken from our clients and people like you, the consultants who have given feedback to benefit the businesses. So these are the very important things, and whatever changes which are there are truly the transformational. Okay, so generally when these kind of shift happens, slightly, it may be difficult in the beginning to adopt to those shift, but definitely you will get a greater experience going forward. And the similar experience also you can see once you experience the Tally Prime product. I'll just show you that what is there in it. So before that, quickly I'll just touch upon, yes, many of you know that Tally has almost there in the market for 3 decades, more than 3 decades. And from 1988 to till now, we have come out with a lot of versions and lot of variations, lot of enhancement, lot of innovations we have done. These are all again the milestones, I can say. So these milestones generally done to give the benefits to the businesses, and these are purely done by understanding the requirement of the businesses and also consultants like you. And now in 2020, yes, we have come out with a completely new product that is called Tally Prime. So through this, we are talking about, so make everyday simple for the user. So what is that? I'll touch upon in my upcoming slides. So what is there in Tally Prime? So Tally Prime now, it's almost 1.5 months. We had launched on November 9th. So when we launched, the main objective of this Tally Prime, we have built on 3 main objectives. That is, simplify the simplest and greater flexibility and new fresh look and feeling. So what is this, and what is the actually idea behind these 3 themes? So you know that Tally is already a simple software and many of you are using it easily, and you would have felt that it is very simple. And think of now we are making further simple. So that is where actually it is the theme of this Tally Prime. And you have seen Tally Prime as a software. It gives greater flexibility to the user at the time of working. So we added more flexibility to the user. And many younger generation started giving feedbacks to us. We heard from many new CS also, and many of your students said, sir, your Tally is good, very good, everything is fine, but it looks very boring when we are working. It looks like a DOS version. Why don't you come out with some real graphical user interface? Yes, keeping that in mind, now we have come out with a fresh look, and you feel like yes, you are working with a new, completely new ERP software. So there are a lot of user experience we have come out with in the first release of Tally Prime. So why I'm saying this first release is whatever currently which is available in the market. It is Tally Prime release 1. Very soon we are going to come out with 1.1 also. I am going to touch upon that. But in the release 1, we brought in a lot of user experiences with respect to the user, meaning there will be different type of users are there. The users who are making data entry, and users like business owners, they are generating reports for their businesses, and the consultants like you also review some of the data and analyze the data of your client, and some of you they do only for the return filing. So somebody else will make the entry, but somebody else will file the return. So all these users, there will be a different experience. Okay, so those things are covered in our new product. Okay, I'll just start with the first thing, that is the browsing capability. So what is this browsing capability is, you have seen in Tally ERP9, the earlier version also, there was a kind of browsing capability was there, meaning you were able to use mouse, but mouse was not completely operatable, like, right? Whenever you were working with any Windows kind of software, and when you were working with Tally software, slightly you had disappointment with Tally. No, it is not so comfortable for me while working with mouse. Now what we have done is we have actually made the mouse completely operatable. The advantage of it is it will give a blazing speed experience, and you will get a lot of other experiences also. So how is that? I will show straight away in the product. Let me open. Okay, is Tally Prime visible? Can anyone
Yes,
please
sir.
confirm?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir,
Yes.
it's visible.
Very good, very good. Okay, when you open Tally Prime software, you can see like this. And of course, yes, now you can see there is a change. There is a change in color. There is a change in menu and all. So you as a auditors, and you as a article assistants and clerks, generally you will be working with multiple companies of your client data. So, and you store data in different folder. You would have created data for data in your drive with a company name, client name, and each of your client will have multiple years data. So in such case, going to a particular data, you always used to struggle earlier. You used to go to Windows Explorer, and from there you go to find the path. When finding the path, you will come back to Tally and paste it. So now that is simplified because you can browse from here only. When you click on select from drive, so it shows for Windows Explorer here. C drive, D drive. It is my laptop drives. Okay. So I want to go to D drive. Yes, you can go to D drive, and from there you can type any client name. Okay. So that there might be some client name, Anup Enterprises. You can click on Anup Enterprises. Under that, you must be having multiple folders. For example, if I click on Prime Data, under that I have multiple folders. So I can go to I can just keep on clicking on this. And when you want to come back, generally in any Windows application, you will, if you are there in Windows Explorer, you will press back button, right? So here also you can keep on typing up button, take you back. Or suddenly what happens, some of your client brings the data in pen drive, and you will put the pen drive. And when you put the pen drive is recognized here, it will show the drive. You can go to that particular thing, double click, and you can open the data. So usage of the browsing of data, it made very simple. Not only this, you can specify a particular path if you want to specify, and if you want to select it from remote access, all other options are there. And when you want to create company, you can create company here. So generally, if company is created at the client place, sometimes if you are also doing bookkeeping, you will create the company for your client. You can create the company here. So the company creation screen also slightly we have simplified it. Okay, you can see what we have done is in Tally Prime, one theme we have followed is we made it as is possible the clutter-free screen. The screen is completely neat, tidy, and so that you can understand easily what is there on the screen. There is no much confusion. And the other options like uh, vault password and so many things which are not really required for every customer, which are there hidden. Okay, if somebody wants it, they can press F12 and they can go and enable it. Otherwise, it will be in hidden state. If you want to enable, yes, you can enable it and give your password. And once you accept it, company is created. And at the time of the enabling the additional features, earlier what used to happen is one used to create company. After creating, they used to go and search. For example, some of your client, they would have created a company in Tally and they will call somebody and ask, sir, where to go and enable GST. And sir, there is a TDS applicable for me. Where can I don't do it? I want payroll to be enabled. So on the flow, it actually brings that whichever is minimum options required, you can go and enable it. If you want more, you can also go and say yes here, it will give more, it will show more. And again, if you make it further more, you can show all the features. So whichever features which are required for you can be just go and enabled and you can accept the screen, the company will create. So the company is created and it is ready to use. So once the company is created and it is ready to use, you can see now there is one major change on the screen. That is, what is the major change? The major change is the look and feel is changed. However, the look and feel is changed. You can see we are not disappointing the people who are using Tally for so many years. Your Gateway of Tally is still available here. We have done some changes there, but yes, Gateway of Tally is available such that the old user can continue to experience the new features at the same time. So that's one major thing. And moving further, what are other things are there? I'll just quickly move on. Okay, let me touch upon some of the data entry part. So when it comes to the data entry part, so when it comes to data entry, there will be different type of data entry people will be there. There might be some new users, old users, and owners making very limited entries. CS are making only limited entries. So in such cases, uh, considering all type of users, we have simplified the data entry experience. Okay, what are those data entry experience were simplified? So when you go to the any transaction entry, if user is making, let's say user is making a payment entry and he is new to, let us assume he is new to Tally, he has never used software earlier. Whenever he see this kind of voucher, he may get confused saying what is this, it is asking for account, but I am an accountant, where is debit credit here? Or in a similar way, when your client started using it, whenever he see this, whenever he see debit credit, he may get confused because he used to write account without using accounting terminologies. So if they can actually change the mode by pressing change mode button, either it is double entry mode or single entry mode. So this key will help any new user. Yes, I would like to change the mode of the voucher type. If somebody is there in the sales transaction, so at the time of entering sales transaction, so there will be different type of sales transaction will be there. So, invoices with item, or service invoices, or just an accounting invoice. So these kind of invoices will be there. So whenever somebody is entering the sales transaction, again you can actually click on the change mode button. So these are the magical thing which will keep on changing intuitively in every screen. So when you click on change mode, now it will change. It will change to, so do you want an accounting invoice? It will ask. So do you want it in a as voucher mode? I want to just say debit, credit, sales, and party. So it is so intuitive at every screen. It will go and change the conveniently for the users using one key called change mode. So now the user can understand at the time of making data entry, yes, there is a change mode key which will help me to change the mode of transaction. And similarly, At the time of passing the transaction, for example, I'll just select another company. At the time of passing the transaction, every time, you just compare to Tally ERP9 software. So at the top, everything is correct, but same. When you click on party, it will ask some additional details about the purchase invoice here, correct? And earlier, if you just go back to Tally ERP9 and see, you used to get one big form and you used to keep on filling the information, whichever is required, whichever is not required, you used to keep on pressing enter key. So there was a confusion also, and people used to spend a lot of time there. So now what we have done here is, at the time of making such type of transactions, whichever is required, whichever field is required, that can be captured just pressing button called more details. I want to enter party name. Yes, type party name and enter party name. No, I want to enter consignee name. Consignee details. Yes, you can enter consignee details. But this will not come in every transaction and disturb you. Wherever, whichever key, whichever additional information you want for a particular transaction, you can go and click on that button and you can enter. For example, I want to see the GST analysis for this thing. You can click on this and get the GST analysis of this. There are a lot of things are there. So order details for this particular thing. You can also enter order details. So, but I don't want to enter order details for every transaction. Only for this transaction I want to enter. So the more details button, it will intuitively opens and helps you to capture the data for this particular transaction alone, not for everything. Okay, that's one thing. And coming back to the another key, while at the time of entering transactions, any type of transactions, I'll go to sales transaction. So one is the change mode, other one is the more details. And I have seen customers and users kept on asking very basic questions like, sir, whenever I want to enter some particular transaction, why should I go and every time enable that particular voucher, enable but that particular type of voucher? So all other vouchers are actually available on under one key that's called other voucher. And why it is there here? First thing is, for a particular company, all other vouchers may not be useful. For example, there is a rejection in Arizona entry. So rejection in may not be useful everywhere, or may not be useful every of your client. So whenever you want, you can go and enable that particular thing, and you can keep on entering those transactions. Similarly, stock journal voucher. I'll click on stock journal voucher. So stock journal is basically used to pass the transactions to transfer from one godown to other godown, okay, to manufacturing journal and other thing. See, when you there in stock journal, if you click now, I told you about change mode, right? So if I click now change mode, you can see the change mode related to this particular thing is shown here. So user can understand easily. So every time he need not confuse. So through this, what is going to happen? Through this, what is going to happen is your effort on learning will come down, and you can easily learn. Okay, so I'm talking about the new user, and for the existing old users, you need to put a little bit effort in the beginning for 1 or 2 days. Then your life will become easy and simple. Okay. So this is with respect to the data entry part. And coming back to the next thing, very important thing which you must be having question in your mind, what is this top menu? So the top menu is something which you can see here on the screen. Just a minute, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, on the screen you can see now the menus: company, data, exchange, import. So that menus are actually, whenever you click on a particular thing, it will actually show all the sub options under that. Company, under company related things which are showing on company. Any doubts? Can anyone please, somebody is on unmute. Can you just go mute yourself?
Request all the members, please keep their mics in mute mode.
Yeah, thanks, sir. Okay, so you can see the feeling now. See, when you click on a particular menu, it will show all the sub menus here, and it actually looks. That too, the younger generation definitely they like, sir. Now it is looking like an ERP software. Okay, but that is not the only advantage. So what are the other things we can see? So again, I'm relating to the new user or even old user. Sometimes even me being in company for working with Tally for more than 15 years, sometimes no, I will also spend take some time to go to a particular thing in Tally ERP name. Now here, if anything related to company, it comes under one menu called this. When you want to connect the company for remote access, you can go to company menu and connect. And you want to actually select a company, alter a company. So I have seen people uh, spending some time, at least in the beginning, to find out how to alter a company name, because the deletion option is there only in alter, correct? Nowhere it is there. So here under company, when you press, all company related options will come. And data related menu options are, everything is there under data, under exchange, under import, export. But what are the other use cases and advantages apart from this fancy things, or apart from this the new look and feeling? So that is what I have put here in my screen. So this will help basically to handle the interruptions. So what are the interruptions? Somebody is working and his boss is asking to send a report email. Suppose, for example, if you are there in your accountant is passing some receipt or payment entry, and suddenly you need some stock summary report of a same client, and he need not actually come out from this. He can go to email option and he can select, click on other, and he can type whichever report he want, and that report he can email. It will go to that email what we have referred. Then once you complete this and come back, you are there wherever there earlier. You can continue to do your work. Not only that, you can print. Somebody is asking for print. Suppose he is making a sales entry and somebody needs some other report printing. You can click on other report printing and take out that printout of that particular thing. For example, you may require some GST related report. You can go to that particular report and you can print that report. Okay, maybe group outstanding. Okay, particular thing you can take and you can take a printout of it. So how this top menu is going to change the life of the user at the time of working Tally Prime is, it will help you to handle all the interruptions which are coming for you during the day when working with the software. So this is again a very important use case. I would put it across so that you can start getting benefit out of it. Okay. Next is very important thing, that is reports. So you all know that yes, Tally has got a lot of reports in it, and lot of these MIS reports are going to help various stakeholders in the organization. You as a consultant, you as a chartered accountant, you can generally spend more time on the reporting part, correct? So then what are the benefits we have added in the reports? So in the reports, we have added the one major thing, the magical thing what we have brought in is GoTo. So GoTo is one of the main feature in Tally Prime software, the release. What it is going to help is, you can click on GoTo to generate any reports. Okay, you need not actually navigate. For example, if I ask you a question, if anyone is there working with Tally for so many years, sir, can you tell me what is the where is the report available in Tally? The stock item wise moment analysis report. So you will take some time, right? You will go to display, and after that display, you will go and find. But here you can just click GoTo by pressing Alt G, and you can say moment. Okay, and you can also say stock movement. So stock item movement analysis report. You can particular item you can select, or you can say group movement. Sorry, Alt G, stock group movement analysis. So you can select group movement analysis also as per the customer wise. You can see drill down, all other rest of the things are same. You can drill down, escape, come back, those options are there. But the main advantage and the key thing is, if you go to, you can find all the reports which are available in Tally. You can actually get a lot of reports out of it. You can find it. Not only that, go-to is going to also help you to do multitasking. So what is this multitasking? Generally, it suits for you because you being a chartered accountant, you will generally not work with only one report. You will work with multiple reports. Correct? Let us say you are reviewing a balance sheet of a particular client, and at the time of looking at the this report, you may see that yes, I want to see some stock summary report. So you can actually again click on go to. You can type stock report. Yes, stock report is available. And at the time of this, you may think that I want to see is GSTR 3B report per month. Yes, you can open GSTR 3B. Again, you can click on, I want to actually at the time of doing, you want to pass a journal voucher. So you have reviewed it and you want to pass a journal voucher. So at the time of reviewing data, at the time of looking at the reports, so just think of the same scenario in earlier software. So you have to actually come out from this and go to the voucher and make the entry. Now again here, if you just click on go to, click on create voucher, and you can go to the voucher entry and make the entry. So once this entry is completed, once you come back, you will back to the place where you were earlier. So it doesn't break the flow of your work, and it will also allow you to do multitasking. So that's the beauty of this go to features. Okay, like this, there are a lot of other things also there. Not only that, you can also create masters. At the time of looking at this, you felt that there is one tax ledger is not created, IGST ledger which client is not created, or the input tax paid amount ledger is not created. You can actually create from here only. Create master ledger, and you can create that particular ledger. So once you complete this task, when you come back, you are again at the same report menu only. Okay, and you can create items, you can create so many things. And there is one more advantage of this go-to is, you as a auditors, when you are working with multiple reports, when you are analyzing your client data, definitely you will get a lot of interruptions. You also will get interruptions. You may get a call from one of your client, and client will ask you some questions and you will clarify. So by that 15-20 minutes, whatever time you have spent over the phone, you should have forgotten what you are doing. No problem. You can actually click on go to and click on show open reports. So it will actually show your working sheet. Working sheet meaning yes, which are the file you opened on your table. It will take you there. So there are 3 reports which are opening. You can go to a particular report and you can continue your work. So this is again one of the major advantages of GoTo. So the show open reports, which is basically help you to handle the interruptions at the time of GoTo. You can do multitasking. You can come back to the place where you were earlier. And not only that, I was saying yes, all the reports which are there in Tally are available here. Okay, so now if you see on this screen, you can see there are reports put here, and there are some reports are not showing here, right? You can click on show more. It will show further reports. There are 13 again sub headings are there. And again, if you say click on expand all, it will show 175 reports. You can see here. And if you again click on show inactive, it takes almost 377 plus this 400 reports are available in this. So there is one key. It's like a Google search. Whenever you want to get something nowadays, people go to take your mobile, smartphone, type, hey Google, what you want. You can just come here and type whatever you want. You can get it. Any report you want in Tally, just come and type here. But not only that, you can also do other things which will help you to do multitasking. Good. So in the report part is a lot of other enhancement and a lot of other things we have added, which will help you to handle. Again, when it comes to the report generation itself, yes, the advantage I've put here, the accountant is happy and you can do multitasking. You can flexibly navigate from one place to other place. Okay, it is easy to learn and remember. No need to write it anywhere. It is easy. Just click on go to. That's all. Okay, and when you come to the reports, yes, again, as I said, at the time of data entry, we have given 3 keys, right? More details, other vouchers, and the another key. So this will help basically the users to go and get the different experience. Now, at the time of generating report, also we have given different thing here. Again, keys. There is a basis value, change view, exception reports. This helps a lot to get to actually view your reports. You can give a different insight to the report. So the report can be generated and analyzed the way you want it. Okay. Good. And the one more thing I would like to demonstrate is, yes, I think many of you would have seen the chart of accounts was actually this word was not there in Tally earlier. If you look at some of your clients who are using the other traditional ERPs like SAP and other things, no, there you can find this chart of accounts and all. So now in Tally we bought in chart of accounts. So all master creations can be done here. Accounting master, inventory master, any master you would like to create, you can come under chart of accounts and you can create. People can easily understand it. Okay. Good. And again, these keys are still available under chart of accounts. So you can add more details at the time of creating the masters. You can change the view of the master. You can also generate exception reports here. Other master you can create. So all these options are there. So if you look at the one change, what you can see here is one is the top menu, which is actually consistent across the product. Whichever menu you are, it is always working on top. And apart from that, you can see these right buttons. So there is a small change in the right buttons. These buttons are actually arranged, okay, from F1 to F10. F1, F2, F3, F4, F5. It is easy to remember, correct? And if there is any something blank, we have actually kept blank also there. And whenever you go to payment or contra, the related transaction also you can see. By pressing this arrow key, you can find, yes, for payment, there will be a contra. For receipt, there might be a credit note or rejection in. For sales, you can do again delivery note and sales order. So these keys are there. So we have harmonized the right buttons, which are again, the people can easily remember these keys. And below that, you can see these special keys, which are relevant to that particular menu. If you are there in data entry, it will be different. If you are there in reports, it will be different. If you are there in master creation, it will be different. Every time in every screen, it will give a different advantage and different feeling to you. Good. I'll quickly touch upon 2 more things, which again may be helpful for you as a chartered accountants. So I think, see, you as a chartered accountant, whenever you get data from your client, what generally you will do is you will try to keep your own password and user ID and password so that you can remember. Client would have given some user ID and password. Whenever data comes to you to analyze, generally will also ask your client, give a user ID password for me. So they will create a user ID and password for you. Correct? Let us assume you have given for all your client data same user ID and password. For example, I am working with Best Data Solution. I will give an user ID password called A&A. For some reason, I would like to open another client data, or for the same client, I have got multiple year data or multiple group company, multiple branches, different data is there. but all the companies only same user ID password is there. So in such case, what happens when you select that company? When you click on select that company, for example, let's say you are selecting this company. For that also user ID password is there, but it will not ask the user ID password. So you can save that time. So you no need to actually remember you no need to key in the user ID password every time whenever you open a company for which there is a same user ID password is there. Okay. This is one use case. And another thing is, let me give an example. For example, let's say I'll just close this company. I'll open once again. Let us assume an user B is working on a company, okay, but he has got limited access to this. He doesn't have so many options here. He has got master creation and transaction. Rest of the options are not available for him. But for instance, let us see even master creation, item creation is not there for him, but he is making a data entry. At the time of making data entry, since he doesn't have a master creation entry, he may always go to his manager and seek the help, saying, okay, please create the master for me. So in such cases, he need not close the company. So what the user can do is, admin can come to his company, his computer, and he can click on change user. And now currently B is the user, but I know I am is a different user. I'll click on change user, and I'll use my user ID password and open the company. And I'll perform and give it. Whatever is required, I'll perform and give it. And he will open, he need not again reopen the company. He has to again click on change user, and he'll open with user ID and password and he'll continue the work. So this will help in multi-user environment. Maybe single user, multiple people might be using. In that scenario also it will help. Okay. Good. So I will showcase one more, then I'll take the question. Or after the e-invoicing, I'll take the question. Better, I think. Yes. Let us see now quickly the another feature that is printing. So many of your client started using Tally after the launch of GST in the country, started using Tally or any other software to print the invoices, correct? So while printing invoices, definitely they might have multiple concerns. I'm just going to show what is that main concern we have solved here. For example, there is an transaction here, there is an invoice. In this around some 40 items are there, okay? In the earlier environment, whenever he prints it, so I'm just printing it. I'll just show preview. We'll see how it prints. So what is happening? It is actually printing in 17 pages. So this is how by default it prints. But definitely there is a major concern because of these 40-45 items. He has to print so many pages. It's a big concern, right? So what we have done is we have actually optimized this. So for that, you need to just go to configure and type optimize printing to save paper. He has to just enable this option. And let's see what happens. So he'll click on preview now. You can see now 17 sheets has become 7 pages. So just by enabling optimize printing option, so the Tally has reduced 10 pages. Furthermore, for example, if you see in this particular invoice, what is happening? The heading it is printing in all the pages, right? It is basically optimize the entire, optimizing meaning it is actually making use of the entire paper to print. Now, if you go to the second page, all headings are printing. So with using second option, that is, you can also choose the details what you want to print in the second page. Okay. Suppose I don't want to print everything in second page, only some required information is required. So you can go and enable whatever is required and disable whatever you don't require. And when you print it now, it will again further reduce the number of pages. So 7 has become now 6. You can do further configuration and reduce the pages. For example, I don't want to print the item description also. Okay, so you can further reduce and print the same invoice with lesser number of pages. So now it has been reduced to 3 pages. Okay. Hope you like this feature. Yes, sir. Before I get into e-invoicing, shall I take few questions quickly? If somebody wants to ask, it can also unmute and ask. Or Mahesh sir, if you can help me. If somebody, any question is there on chat, please help
Yes,
me.
sir. Yes, sir. CA Ravi Shankar sir has put one question. Earlier, there was this Alt I, which inserted voucher in that ledger, and another was which inserted voucher. Now this is missing. Please.
Yeah.
In the chat box, it is given.
Yes, sir. Sir, not only that, there are a lot of things missing. If you go to a particular report, okay, missing meaning it is not actually missing from the Tally product, but it is missing here on the down. Okay, as a configuration, it is not there. Otherwise, all features are working. All your keys. See, if I want to duplicate, I'll press Alt 2. It is working. I'll do insert for Alt I. It is working. All the keys are working. The only thing is we have removed from here on the down, which we had mentioned earlier, to make it simple, the decluttered screen. That's all.
And he
Yes,
also
sir.
wants to know why Schedule 6 have been removed.
Sir, I think you know when we actually launched Schedule 6, there are two things happened. One is the adoption rate was less. But anyway, some of the CS generally, they're definitely they're using it. But what happened after that, it has become Schedule 3. Because of the low adoption, we could not actually incorporate those changes. Now we are working on Schedule 3 reports are as per the prescribed format. We will soon come out, sir. Don't worry. We will not disappoint you.
So next he is writing digital grouping. We have lakhs crores digital grouping. However, one particular company shows in millions. How to change the format?
Sir, any report, if you go, there are two things happens. Whenever you create the company, there will be a base currency. For example, for this particular company, the base currency is rupees. But if I go to report, for example, let's say I'm there in the balance sheet. So let me open other company. So the base currency for this is rupees, but I want to see this in a different format, correct? So you can always see the value basis and you can change this different factors. So millions, you can see in millions. So it will show in millions. So the basis of value is a so relevant key. So a very right question asked. You can go and actually change it for any factor. Crores are again back to the default. Yes, sir. Sir, I think I'll just continue the e-invoice session.
Yes.
I'll finish that and later we can take a question. Is that okay, sir?
Yes.
Okay. So e-invoice, quickly I'll just take you through a few domain things because some of the students are there may be useful. Then I'll also take you through the product. Okay. You know that e-invoicing is applicable for the businesses whose turnover is 500 now and it will become for 100 crore companies. So this is basically the registration of your taxable invoices. That is only B2B invoices on IRP portal. And the another misunderstanding, misconception by the people is the e-invoicing means one has to go to portal only and generate the invoice. No, it's not like that. So you will continue to use the software, whichever software you are using, but you will go and actually submit the required information connecting to the IRP system. Then you get the information, whatever that IRP system is giving back to you to print the invoice. So once the invoice is actually generated through different modes, maybe API, portal, mobile, to any other tools which is given by the department. So you will connect to the IRP portal, register there, right? So once the invoice is generated, you will get the invoice reference number, that is called IRN, and also QR code. So you need to print QR code mandatorily, and if you want, IRN also can be printed on the invoice. The another thing is, so it is legally mandated for these businesses, QR code has to be printed on the tax invoice. So what is IRN? It's a invoice reference number. It's 64 digit, which is generated based on the details you have given on the invoice from the IRP system. So applicability, yes, 500 crore October, from Jan it is 100 crore, and department is also thinking to bring it for all businesses from 1st April. And the turnover is actually calculated based on the last 3 preceding financial years. Okay, any one financial year which crosses this limit, for them it is applicable. And these are the things which are kept outside the this thing, they're exempted. So what is the precursor? Yes, I think your client might be already started contacting you people. These taxpayers, if they come under this, they would have got a communication from the department. So based on that, they have to go and register on the IRP portal. Once the registration done, they will get some details. They need to upload some details. And to actually generate the IRN, they have to choose a preferred GSP, GST Suvidha provider, in case of API based invoice generation, and they can start generating the invoices. So which are the documents required e-invoicing? B2B, B2G tax invoices, export invoices, and the invoices which attracts RCM, debit note and credit notes. So modes of generating e-invoices, currently it is available for larger businesses. There is a portal given by the department, and there is a direct entry option is given currently for these large businesses. Otherwise, yes, there is a API through the whatever ERP software you are using. Through GSP, you can connect to ERP portal and generate. There is a SMS facility, mobile app, and offline tools. So e-invoice details has to be captured and invoice. It's not exactly like this. We just given one sample e-invoice thing. So wherein you need to print the QR code here. So what we have done in Tally, I'll just quickly show you a demo, how it works. And we have actually done a seamless connection to the IRP system. And once you make the data entry, once your client make a invoice entry in Tally, it goes, connects to the IRP, it validates everything, and it brings back the required information back to you in your invoice, and such that you can print it. Okay, let's see that demo. So this is how it looks. So the one more thing what happens, as you know, whenever you generate the e-invoice through IRP, automatically the GSTN system and also AOL portal are internally connected. Those information will be posted there in that portal. So how effortlessly you can generate using Tally, I'll just show that. Single invoice upload in Tally. I'm just selecting and passing a transaction, selecting a party, and entering the details which are required, the buyer details and consignee details. Select an item and the quantity with rate. So once that is entered, I will choose the relevant ledger which is applicable and select the tax ledger. The moment you enter this tax ledger, it will ask here what are the e-invoice details are required. So once you press enter, it will connect to the IRP portal, and it will ask before that, do you want to generate the e-invoice, yes or no? So once you say yes here, so it will ask the user ID password of your IRP system, and you will provide the user ID password of the IRP system. So once you press enter, data will go to connect automatically to your server, and it will say e-invoice generated successfully. The details are already uploaded in our transaction in Tally. So you can see that by just printing. When you click on print, you can see the invoice is printed with QR code and IRN. Is it not simple, sir? Yes.
Yes.
You liked it? Yes, sir. Thank you. Hope you liked it. So not only this, we have actually simplified and done multiple scenarios also, meaning the bulk upload. Okay. And if there is any cancellation, how to handle those cancellation scenario, or for some reason I have generated the e-invoice using the JSON method, or I have used direct upload. I got an access to direct upload, or using the mobile app I have generated the e-invoice. But how can I actually reconcile in our system? So that is also simplified in Tally. And also if there is any uh, uh, duplications entries, okay, that scenario also is handled. So all the business scenarios which comes with respect to e-invoice are very much simplified, like what I have shown about the e-invoice generation for a single invoice. So this is all about the e-invoicer. Again, anyway, the e-invoice is applicable from Jan 1st, and we are launching this product very soon. Maybe on 26th, 27th, we are planning to launch this. And whichever clients for them it is applicable, they need to upgrade their Tally to Tally Prime, because it is going to be available only in Tally Prime. And if you require any detailed session on e-invoice, again you can have a detailed 1.5 hour session only on e-invoice. Yes, Mahesh sir, we can take up a few more questions now.
Yes, sir. Sir, you also need to inform the coexistence for those.
Okay. Yeah. So the scenario is you might be having a question in your mind, sir. Now suddenly you are saying now Tally Prime has got the e-invoice feature, but yeah, ERPN doesn't support. How can I actually shift all my claim customer data to Tally Prime? It may take time. No worries, sir. Once you upgrade Tally Prime your license, we'll also give the coexistence of Tally ERPN support. Parallelly, you can also work that license. Whichever clients who are working on Tally Prime, you can put the data in Tally Prime. And some of your clients still not migrated to Tally Prime, they may bring data in Tally ERPN. You can put that data in Tally ERPN. For your same license, Tally works in both the versions. And I request, don't keep this parallel thing for a long time. Slowly, you can, once your client migrate to Tally Prime, you can also shift over Tally Prime completely. Yes, sir.
So if anyone requires support to install Tally Prime and have the coexistence, I'm sharing my number in the chat box. Please do contact me. My team will support you through TeamViewer or AnyDesk and complete the task for you. My contact is there on the chat box. Bharti madam, any questions?
As of now in chat box, I didn't receive any questions.
Yes. So if anybody wants, they can unmute and ask also.
Yeah, is this like only the better advantage in the better presentation and hassle-free as reporting and everything in the Prime? Other than e-invoicing, if we are not having a customer who is having a turnover of more than 100, doesn't need an e-invoicing, can we go with the standard of Tally, standard method of Tally?
Yes, that anyhow is there by default.
Okay.
Okay. Advantage of e-invoicing is because now 100 crores and then going forward, maybe from 1st of April, what they were saying. So we at Tally, we are ready. Whenever it is required, you can start using it.
Okay.
But madam, one point to highlight here, government may say, okay, anytime, no, they may implement it for all the businesses. So keeping that in mind.
Yes, sir. Initially, they have started with a turnover of more than, but later on, they'll start for everyone e-invoicing.
Correct.
In the chat box, it is, sir has asked what is the cost of upgradation, sir? Sir, your Tally ERP 9, if the subscription is valid, the Tally Prime is you can upgrade it to free. If not, you have to just renew your subscription. So based on whether it is a multi-user or an auditor edition, the cost is applicable. If it is a multi-user, it is 10,800 plus GST. And if it is an auditor edition, if it is 5,400 plus GST. So, sir, so you said it is your auditor edition version. So it is 5,400 plus GST. Yes, sir. Any more queries from the participants?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sir, we are using the Tally Prime. If you are exporting the GST 3B Excel, so B2B transaction are not populating properly. It is only part of the information, or sometimes it is coming 0.
Shanmuka sir,
Yeah.
can you take this
Yes.
question?
Yes. Sir,